What up? How's it going? Hey, what June is doing right now is crazy, right? Because she's worked herself up to sit right at the top. And I've been saying this since the beginning. Serena been right there by Fred. Like, really, she's in charge of all of this. Well, she should be in charge of all of this. Now she really is. And we're going to see how this goes. And we're going to see if I already have my suspicions it's not, but we're going to see if her as a woman being able to take the reins of everything and being able to basically control stuff from behind the scenes, if it'll change how she feels about what they're doing to the handmaids. I'm pretty sure it won't because she's a scumbag. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this started, right? Because now they brought back the other girls who was on the at the colony. Then we also have Little America. I want to know how that goes, right? Because Moira, what she went through, so many people there went through, and it's going to be crazy to see if they get back together. How they going to do that, right? Because they're showing them, so I'm assuming at some point they're going to cross paths again. Let's go ahead and get this episode started.
In the evening, she writes, I read. This is the new normal. And an offense to God. In another life, maybe we could have been colleagues.
Yeah, actually,
in this
yeah.
one, we're heretics. But this is new territory for Serena, I think.
It's a small sacrifice to make to be welcomed back into God's grace.
Stop it. This is all horseshit. So is that terrible outfit you got on?
You're really a good writer.
Thank you. I won't forget your help.
Okay, so?
He's coming home tomorrow.
The Lord has truly blessed us.
Rita, did you pick up the heirloom russets?
Yes, ma'am. They're already baking.
Don't overbake them again.
Don't ever disrespect Rita.
Alfred.
Commander Waterford, I made this for you from me and Nick.
This is lovely. From the happy couple. Thank you both.
A child.
Glad to see you looking so healthy.
We are all grateful for your recovery. There's no need to jump right back into it.
You've taken so many risks for me. I can't thank you enough.
I also left a first draft of your agenda for the Canadian trip. For your presentation to the committee.
I'll take a look.
It was nice working with you, too.
I was thinking maybe I could spruce up our house and make it homier.
Sounds good.
What colors do you like? I like yellow. It's so bright and cheery. My mother says happy home, happy husband.
Whatever you want.
Praise be.
Mm-hmm.
What does she want? She wants to go to a goddamn BTS concert, but y'all got rid of that and y'all forced her into marriage. Look at what they've done. So just think about how a teenage girl or a young girl just deals with relationships anyway, and how invested they may get into it. And it happens with boys too, but I'm specifically talking about with girls. And imagine amping that up by making it marriage and also putting on the weight of, well, you have to be a good wife to him and all this. And think about how that's going to play. Think about how bad it could get for girls just in the society we got now as far as their mentality. Now, put this on top of it. Like, that's fucked up. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't be the one who kills herself in this house.
Baby Angela isn't well. Probably just fighting off a cold, but Naomi could use the support.
We'll probably get to the cool part soon. The baby's foot pushes out of your stomach like an alien. Charlotte used to do that all the time.
That is weird to see. You'll just see their elbow just scrape across the belly. Like,
You haven't seen Alien?
No, I just thought the sequel was better.
You're nuts. My posting's great. It's just the ceremony. No blowjobs. Seriously, it's like a blessing from God.
Being raped is not a blessing.
Shh.
Fuck him. The real blessing was that bomb. Anyone helping Gilead deserves to be blown apart.
If Emily knew that I helped cover for the commander with Serena,
Yeah.
would she want me dead too? I can't say I blame her. That's one of the things they do. They force you to kill within yourself.
Oh, that's the baby ambulance.
I heard it's Angela. The Putnams.
Oh, she told her.
Why would they say that about Charlotte? Why would she say that? I know it isn't her.
Get back.
It's okay, I've got her. She's fine. Come on.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I didn't want to upset you.
What's going on? What's happening to her?
She's fine. I've got her.
I need to see her.
Janine, you know that can't happen.
You sound just like one of them.
Yeah, that wording is exactly how they would say it.
There might be something that could help. It would mean bending the law. I'm not sure that Gilead is exploring every
Okay, I see
doctor
what you're saying.
available to them.
I said that last episode when we saw that they killed Moira's girl. I was like, yeah, they don't care nothing about those doctors. She know how to bring babies into the world.
Well, I think if it were my baby, I would do whatever I could. God has blessed Gilead with one of the top neonatologists in the world.
How soon can he get here?
He is a she, now serving as a Martha.
I'm sure our physicians are capable.
Your physicians suck.
Fred.
We cannot question the will of God.
What does that even mean? At this point, you have the choice. Fuck out of here. The will of God. If you did it, that would have been his will, right? So that's just you choosing not to do it. You're gonna fall back on the will of God. Fuck out of here.
The best we can do now is pray for baby Angela and for the parents.
Do you think, Mrs. Waterford, that she could see the baby? I would make sure nothing happened. What if it's Janine's last chance?
I think God would want us to welcome her. What harm could it do?
You know why he want to see her.
There is a reason handmaids are not told when a child is sick. It's far too upsetting.
You're gonna have curly hair just like your mom. You're gonna hate it, but I promise we'll find someone who knows how to cut it, and then you're gonna drive all the boys crazy. Why am I here?
Oh, okay. She's better than you weak ass physicians. All of these Marthas was is what I'm noticing. Most of them was bad motherfuckers in their past life. Like, remember the one chick? She was a Michelin star chef, you know. Or did she say no? She wanted James Beard.
You probably don't remember me. You actually trained my mentor. We met once at the 2012 ACOG meeting, our seminar on therapeutic hypothermia.
Forgive me, but in the interest of time, could we dispense with the pleasantries?
Wow.
Upper GI was negative for malrotation. pH probe and swallow study also negative, but we're treating her for reflux anyway.
She's more qualified than every physician they got there.
Yes. We brought you here to get your medical opinion on the case.
Run a ceremonial level and urine for metabolic errors. And let's get a skeletal survey, ECG, and a cardiac echo.
Never left her.
Start the wheels, Dr. Hodgson.
And I'm gonna need to examine her.
Of course.
Damn.
Knock, knock.
Who says knock knock when they open the door? You can only be weird if you say knock knock when you knock. like I've never seen somebody who was normal who said knock knock. Like, ugh. And he got to be the one to come and tell him. Such horseshit, man. Fuck is she?
Verily I say unto thee,
Oh God.
today thou shalt be with me in paradise.
No. No.
Okay.
No. Would you like to kiss her goodbye?
Damn.
How dare you give up?
Ma'am, we We've done a very extensive evaluation. There are no anatomic, infectious, or metabolic causes that explain this baby's condition.
You are supposed to be the best in your field.
I am the best, or was. All we can do for Angela is to unhook her from all those machines. Help her feel safe and warm. And pray.
She said, I am the best. Well, I was. Nah, you still the best.
My peanut.
Now, if the baby comes back to and starts thriving again, then what? That would mean that it was the will of God for the baby to be with the mom, right?
The commander wants to see you in his office. Both of you.
Don't snitch. She gonna serve up Jude on a silver platter somehow.
I hear the Putnams got the help they needed. I was surprised to learn they received help from a Martha on a temporary transfer. It was an even bigger surprise that I signed the transfer order myself.
I did it for the child. What greater responsibility is there in Gilead?
Obeying your husband.
See the horse shit about their belief system?
Are you writing my memos to the committee? I asked you to be my conduit, not my voice. Is this your handwriting?
Yes, Commander Waterford.
You involved a handmaid in your transgressions?
I did what I thought was necessary.
This isn't your fault. It's mine. Now we must make amends. Wives,
This man pulled out the King
submit
James version.
yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. And ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
Fred, please.
But if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us.
What? Oh, he about to whoop her? This the horse shit you signed up for and believed in. If this ain't for sexual gratification, this some weirdo shit.
Stay.
Is this gonna make her more hardened, or is this gonna make her come closer?
Where'd you get this?
They fell when I moved the trunk.
Did you read these?
Of course not.
Don't lie to me.
I picked them up and I put them there for you.
You never touch my things, you understand me?
Yes.
What?
Yes, I do. Sir.
What if June was like, you want me to give you some ice? I get you some ice from the... why am I laughing? You want some cocoa butter?
Do you need anything? No. Can I do anything for you?
Yes, go back to your room.
Someone once said, men are afraid that women will laugh at them. Women are afraid that men will kill them. We should have known better.
I guess I was only trying to help you. I'm really sorry.
I know.
Can you forgive me?
You should get to bed. Get some rest. For the sake of the baby.
Money down the drain.
Doesn't matter where you go or what you do. I wanna spend each moment of the day
See?
with you.
Baby living and thriving. Like I said, now is that the will of God?
told you, she remembers me.
May God bless you and keep you in his favor. You sweet, sweet girl.
Don't nobody love these babies like Aunt Lydia. I'm not saying she loves them more than the moms. I'm saying nobody loves them like she does. First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. And I got a Patreon with full-length early reactions to things like this. If you like, check it out. Okay, I'm not going to have that much to say about this episode because I said a lot of it while I was watching, while I was actually reacting, right? Okay, so in that last episode, I seem to have read it wrong. I assumed that June had the mindset of the viewer who was seeing everything, you know, like it's a fishbowl, but she's inside of it and she's a human. So how she feels, it will change over time. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, what Serena did and how she is and who she is, there's no coming back from it. It's unforgivable. So at the beginning, I'm thinking June is playing with Serena, but nah. They had really bonded over that time that Fred was in the hospital. Right? Like, when she gets the little ding, 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 what's that thing called? The music box. And she's like, basically, it was good working with you too. And when she was in there, it was like, man, maybe we could have worked together at some point. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Because let's say, even if they had different ideals, like we lived in a capitalist society, like, yeah, she probably would have edited for her at some point. Emily feels how we feel. She feels how we feel. Look what was taken from her. They took the joy and gratification of sex away from her. And then they sent her to a colony. And she don't give a fuck. She like, yeah, we should be killing these motherfuckers. And anybody who's a collaborator should get it too. I wonder if this show is going to play her as a problem. Because me, I don't see her as a problem. People like her are required. People like her are supposed to exist. People like her get the wheels in motion of the revolution. But right now, I agree with her. The case with Janine and her baby Charlotte. Oh, and what do they call it? Angelica? Is that what they call it? Angela? That's what the Gilead motherfuckers call her? Look, I just knew that her being in the presence of that child was going to bring her back. It's one of those things you can't explain. It's like a mother is supposed to be with their child. Their cells are literally set up to sit side by side with their mama's cells. And we don't think about it that way because it's like it's a human, it's outside the body, but nah. They sit there, they imprint on each other. You know, the mom makes colostrum and she's giving off her antibodies and they're made to be near each other. So I just knew that her healing touch would bring Charlotte back and make her thrive. But then that brought me to the next question. Well, will they say that's God's will? And if that's God's will, what does that say about the whole bullshit system you have set up? Because Fred said that dumbass statement when Serena attempted to talk him into getting the person who is the top of that field. That scene was crazy. To see her put on her coat and be like, her jacket, and tears are streaming out her eyes, and the guy is in admiration of her. Because that's his field, and like, he's like, I know you don't remember me. It's almost like, she's a superstar in that field. What she did, when a person gets to those heights, what they do influences the field going forward. So they probably using techniques and doing stuff that she did, but they don't know everything. But you saw how it came right back to her. And right now I'm talking about the Martha who ended up being the doctor. And she's, dang, I wish I could remember her name, but it came right back to her. I mean, she got that clipboard and she boom, 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 boom. Do this, do this, do this, bring up this. She gets that stethoscope and it's like hand shaking going to grab it like, yo, my powers have returned. And she did everything. So when she says the baby, there's nothing can be done, that's the final word. But people are still at like the way Serena approached it was like, I thought you were the best. She's like, yeah, I am. Well, I was. And I'm telling you, we just need prayer. That's the only thing we got. Okay. But even still, I knew the last resort is to bring Janine there. So when she's there, she's holding the baby. It's one of those things where that baby is around those cold, heartless people. Okay? And those cold, heartless people still want that baby, but it was a last resort for them. So you see them, okay, offer up the baby to Janine. So when she has it, they just have to sit back and be like, this is about the only thing we could do. Now, here goes my thing. Everything about this situation has these little holes that are poked into it. And they just try to overlook it. Like when I give you this child and the child gets better, what does that say about what we're doing? There was a point where I understood where it was going to go with Fred and Serena. And I asked, is this going to push Serena more to understanding the wickedness of the situation? And then it hit me. Remember, we lived in a society that was built on chattel slavery. We saw how white women responded to being second-class citizens in this country for a very long time. Eventually, we get into the feminism and all of that, but there was a point where, you know, their way of dealing with it was treating black people and the people they had in bondage, treating them horrible. So I wonder going forward, does this harden Serena? Because they made sure to show her crying and weeping, but I don't know if I buy how they're doing this. I don't know. Maybe because here's the thing. Part of Serena and acting the way she acts is the boredom. When we see what's her name? The young girl who's with Nick. She's just sitting there waiting for him to come home. There's a boredom to being in that situation. And part of them always fucking with the handmaids and always finding stuff to do and all that is because they're bored. Look at how her mind worked. Look at all the strings she pulled and did. And she got to dumb herself down for that. So then, in order to fill that time, I wonder if she goes back to antagonizing and vilifying. You know what I mean? This is interesting. I wonder now, what is Fred in the show? Because when June asked that question, like, will you forgive me? He's like, yeah, you need to go get rest and blah, blah, blah. I don't understand what the looks were on her face. Like, was it part realization? Like, yo, once I drop this baby, I'm food. Or was it like, you know, like that thing she said where men are scared to be laughed at by women and women are scared to be killed by men? It's like, yo, she lived in that. Think about, here's a major thing about this whole story. Imagine what it's like being a woman in the world, right? Okay, boom. And then imagine what it's like in that situation. It's like, God damn, they already feel a certain way. But imagine how heightened what they feel, how it's going, right? Hey, it's another good episode to me. And I just want to see where it goes. All right? Next episode.